welcome dear students to our next session of English class. Till today we have done two topics of grammar, that is sentences and suffixes and prefixes. So I hope you have done your homework whatever was given and the concept is also clear to you all. Then we have done two chapters from your reader book, The Mice That Ate Iron and chapter number 2, The Friendship. And also we have done two poems, number 1, The Tree and Teacher's Pest. So two poems along with two chapters from reader plus your sentences as well as suffix and prefix. This much we have done from grammar. Apart from that, I have also discussed with you nouns in my general common video, and I have also taken the beginning topic, that is parts of speech, as an introductory video. So I hope you have understood all these concepts till now. So today we are dealing with the writing section. So we will start first of all with the dialogue writing. Before this, in the writing section we have done 2 to 3 paragraphs. One was importance of spider, one was about your best friend. So this way we have done 2 to 3 paragraphs in the grammar notebook. The next topic in the grammar notebook to be done is dialogue writing. Before I start, I just want to tell you the meaning of dialogue writing. What is dialogue? A dialogue is a conversation, that means a talk. A conversation is a talk between two or more than two people. Supposingly I am talking to you, then this can be a dialogue between a teacher and a student. That happens daily in your school, in the class. With your mother, you can have a conversation that happens daily. With your father, with your brother, sister, or with your friend. So whatever you talk with another person, that we call as dialogue writing. One sentence is spoken by you, the other one by your other person. So this is known as dialogue writing. And for this dialogue writing, you need to take care 3 things. Number 1, read the question carefully. Whatever the question is given, the rubrics is given, you need to read it very carefully. That rubric or that question will tell you what is the conversation about, किसके बारे में हो रही है, क्या टॉपिक लिया गया है उसमें, और किन दो persons के बीच में हो रही है. It can be between two friends, just I told you. It can be between a mother and a child. It can be between a teacher and a student. It can be between any other two persons. So this way you will come to know all this from the question that is given. Then pick the tone of conversation and proceed. Reading the question carefully, what you need to do is you need to pick the tone. Right? What is the tone that has been used? Supposingly, if I am using the first sentence as what are you doing? So you will be answering the same thing. If your friend is asking you what are you doing, or your mother asks you what are you doing, you will be answering in the same tone. I am reading a book. I am playing a game, chess. So this way you need to answer in the same tone, that is the same tense that has been used by the first person. Then can be formal or informal. That also you will come to know from the question. Whether it is informal as between your friends, your relatives, your family members. Then it can be formal between office boss or employee, between a teacher and the principal, between the teacher and another teacher or a colleague, we can say. So all this, when it is related to the officials, so offices, this is known as formal conversation. Whereas with your friends, with your knowns, the persons whom you know very well, it is known as informal conversation. So this means there are 2 types of conversations, formal as well as informal, just as we have formal letter writing and informal letter writing. So now let us take one example in the dialogue form so that it is clear to you all. So I'll take a very simple example that usually happens in a house when there is a dialogue between you and your mother regarding your completion of homework. Supposing your friends have come outside to call you for playing, and then your mother asks you whether you have completed your work. So what happens? How will be the conversation between you and your mother? Let us see. Supposingly, the question is there, write a dialogue between a mother and a child on completion of his homework. So it can be like this also, or simply it can be write a dialogue between a mother and a child. Here I have given you the theme on which you need to write the dialogue. But sometimes what happens, simply there can be a question on the names of two characters. Only the characters are mentioned, and theme also you need to create yourself, which can be of your choice. So let us see now, including using this theme only, what can be the conversation. Supposingly Parik starts his conversation with his mother. So what will be his first question? Mama, may I go swimming? So he is asking that, can I go for swimming? So what will mom say? Have you finished your work? Does it happen in your family also? Does your mother also questions you like this when you ask her to go for playing? Yes, it happens with all of us. So next question by Parik would be, no, it is still to be done. So he says, no, it is to be done. Then what can mama say next? When will you do it? Then Parik says, when I come back, obviously. So what will be the mama's next question? No, it will be too late by then. So she says, no, when you come back, it will be too late by then. So next also you can develop, either you can end it here depending upon the marking scheme, or if the marking scheme is more than the 5 marks, or so you can even add on your dialogues. You can extend to as many limit till you feel like that your point is not accepted. So we can ask further. Now it was mom's turn, then it will be your Parik turn. So what will Parik say? Mama, I will return by 7 o'clock in the evening. So I'll do it then. So mama can again ask, no, first you complete, then you only can go. So you can say, no mama, please, I request you, please let me go. I'll complete surely. So this way mama can agree in the end. Mama says okay, but then do it on time before going to bed. And then Parik can say, okay mama, I promise I will do it definitely. So this way you can end your dialogue. So this is a simple conversation between a mother and a child related to the completion of homework. So this is very interesting also, and this way you will learn how to frame new sentences, and it is a daily based conversation or a talk. So any topic can be there from your routine life. So we can just develop simple sentences, and the tone of the talk should be same. For example, mama, may I go swimming? So mama will ask you, have you finished your work? So it will be related to the same topic. It is not like that ki you are asking something and mama is answering something else related to any other thing. So it will be in the same tone. So this way you will develop your dialogue writing. In our reader books also we have many dialogue practices. The solutions of dialogues are given, situation is given related to your chapters, and they have given you the dialogue writing in your reader books also. So what I want you to do is, I want you to write this dialogue in your grammar notebooks. Along with this, I will tell you on what page you have been given your other dialogues, and you will copy the same dialogue and the question from your reader books, and then you will note it down in your grammar notebooks. After that, as a practice, I'll give you some more questions for which you need to develop your answers yourself. So let us see your reader book now. So let us see one dialogue writing that is given in your reader books on page number 15. Let us read the question as well as the dialogue. I want you to open your reader books along with me and see what the dialogue is about. Karan's computer is not working and he does not know what to do. He asks his friend Richard for advice. Read their conversation. So this is a talk between two friends, and the names of the friends are Karan and Richard. What is their Karan's computer is not working, it's out of order. So he calls up his friend Richard and asks for his advice. So let us see what is the advice given by Richard in the form of a dialogue. So, my computer is not working at all. What should I do? So now the first dialogue is by Karan, whose computer is out of order, and he asks his friend that my computer is not working at all. What should I do? So, Dad is out of town. Mummy is busy at her clinic. He gives the reason that Dad is out of town and Mama is busy in his clinic. So, what about your sister? Then the dialogue is from whose side? Richard's side. What does he say? What about your sister? Isn't she a genius with computers? So, all your friends, it's obvious that they know about your brothers and sisters, their talents. So, similarly, Richard is also aware of the quality of Karan's sister. She is genius in computers. So, what he says to Karan is, what about your sister? Why don't you take her help? Why don't you ask your father or mother for help? So, before that, he can also ask one question. Richard can even say, why don't you ask your father or mother for help? Then he will say that father is out of town, mother is busy in her clinic. So, Richard can ask to take the help of sister. So what he will say now? Karan, let us see what will Karan say. Well, I borrowed her new CD without asking her and lost it. Now she is not talking to me. So this is the case now. This is the reply given by Karan. He says, he gives the reason that I took her CD without her permission and now since I have lost it, so she is not talking to me. So why she will help me? So he says, I think you should say sorry and make up with her. I am sure she will help you. So what is the suggestion or the advice given by Richard? It is, I think you should apologize to your sister and she will surely help you out. Okay, then what will Karan say? Let us see. Thanks, I think I'll do that. So then he accepts the advice of his friend Richard and he says, okay, thanks, and I will surely do that. So this way the conversation ends between two friends. It starts with the asking for an advice and it ends on accepting of the advice by the same person. The question that he has asked is ultimately answered and there you have to stop your conversation. So this way you can just frame a dialogue writing between two persons, or there can be even sometimes more than two persons, but usually for your class we'll be dealing only with a conversation between two persons. So I want you to write this dialogue also in your grammar notebooks. You can just copy it out or you can even frame your own dialogues. Let me see how broad you can think of. What are the reply given by you? How you can imagine yourself as your friend, and what are the replies or the questions that you answer to your friends' queries. So I just want to see you write this dialogue so in your grammar notebook. Now let us take one more example from the same book and it's on page number. You have read one chapter based on Tilak and Sudhir's friendship. So we have, based on that, there is one dialogue writing on page number 26. This also I want you to write in your grammar notebooks. You can even frame your own dialogues. Those who want to write their own, they can even try it out. It's very good. And it's on page number 26. You can just take out the question from there, or if you want to copy it, you can do so. Let us see what is the conversation and who are the two characters that are involved in the conversation. Tilak fractured his leg. He had many visitors who wanted to know how he was feeling. So it is a conversation between a boy named Tilak who has fractured his leg and now he is on the bed. Similarly, it is a similar situation that happens with us. Usually, someone if gets his leg fractured and he is in the bed, then there are so many visitors to you who come to ask you about your health. So this is what is the conversation about between Tilak and his aunt. Here we are given two characters, Tilak and aunt. Tilak has fractured his leg and his aunt has come to know about his health. So let us read the conversation now. How are you, Tilak? Obviously, when you go to someone's house to ask for his health, what will be your first question? How are you, Tilak? You will speak the name of the person and you will ask him, how are you? So this is the first question and conversation started by aunt. So what will Tilak say? I am better, thank you. My leg still hurts though. So what will be the reply given by the injured person? He will say, thanks for asking. I am well. I am better. Thank you for asking. But my leg, there is a pain still in my leg. You can use your own language. Then you can give some suggestion. The person who has come to ask about the health. You must rest and take your medicines regularly. So what does the aunt say now? You must take a proper care of yourself, you must take a proper rest, you must go by the advice and recommendations of the doctor, you must take your medicines on time. So get well soon. In the end, when she goes, before that, what will Tilak say? Tilak will say, yes auntie, I am taking care and I will definitely get well soon. I will just adhere after your advice. Thanks for asking about my health. Then while going, aunt will say, get well soon, and what Tilak will say, thank you auntie, bye bye. So this way you can develop your own conversation. Just imagine yourself as the two characters and then it is very easy to develop a dialogue writing. So this question also you will write it in your grammar notebooks and you will frame your own dialogues in the grammar notebook. So this is what I wanted to discuss with you today, and just wanted to tell you also that since it is the last day of April month, so this is the last day of our April syllabus also. With this we finish our April syllabus. So this means, let me discuss or tell you about the syllabus of April. What all is there in our April syllabus? So this is your syllabus for April. You can even note it down if you want to. Lesson number 1 of reader we have done. Lesson number 2 of reader we have done. Then poem number 1, that is the tree, we have done. Then poem number 2, that is the teacher's pest, we have done. So lesson number 1 and 2 from your reader book as well as poem 1 and 2 from your reader book is your syllabus from the reader book. Coming to the grammar, this is your reader book. Then we have your Tune into Grammar book by Pearson. So what topics we have done from that? We have not started with lesson number 1, but we have started with lesson number 2, sentences. So it was based on sentences. So whatever exercises are related to sentences we have done. It is transformation of sentences, subject and predicate, whatever was there, we have all done that. Apart from that, one more topic was there in the book, that is prefix and suffix. So we have also done prefix and suffix. So this can also be your syllabus for April month. Then coming to the writing section, what we have done, today we have done obviously dialogue writing. It is in your syllabus for April. Apart from that, we have also done paragraph writing. So paragraph writing as well as your dialogue writings. This is your syllabus for the month of April. So I hope it's clear with you what you need to do for April month. Lesson number 1 and 2 of reader. I am repeating it once again. Poem number 1, that is the tree. Poem number 2, that is teacher's pest in the reader book. Then talking about the grammar book, we have started with lesson number 2. Lesson number 1 is related to dictionary, that we will be taking later on. So we have started with sentences. We have covered all the exercise related to sentences, subject and predicate, transformation of sentences, types of sentences. Then we have taken another topic, that is prefix and suffix. This is all included in your grammar. Then in the writing section we have done paragraph writing. Along with that, today we have done dialogue writing. So these two things are included in your what? Writing section. Apart from that, there is one more section known as reading section, that is section A, in which you are given unseen passages, that is reading comprehension. Any passage can be given to you and you have to answer the questions based on that passage. So that practice also we will do. I will provide you with the worksheets and you will just read the passage just as you do in the dear period. You are given a story and the questions you need to attend. Similarly, that is known as reading comprehension section A in English. So we will do that practice also. So that's all. Total 4 sections are there in your English subject, and all these things are included in your April syllabus. So reading comprehension, no doubt, it is there for every unit, every term. It's there. 2 passages are there in your every exam, be it unit test, be it your term exam. And I have already told you, from the poems there will not be any question answers. There will be again reading comprehension stanzas. Stanzas will be given from the poem and you need to answer the questions based on those poems. So this was all about today. So please do the dialogue writing, page number 26 and 15, and whatever I wrote the first example on the board in your grammar notebooks. So this was all about today. Thank you for watching.